Washington has won 4 straight. The Rams have played 4 and lost 4. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz, CBS Sports' Charley Casserly. Glad to be with you on the NFL previews presented by Comcast. We'll get to the Rams in a sec because playing their first game with a new head coach. But, Charlie, with the Redskins, from week 1 when they lost 16-7 to now 4-1, where have they improved the most?
Well, I think the biggest improvement has got to be Jason Campbell and his ability to read defenses, go from receiver number 1 to 2 to 3 much quicker than he did in opening day.
What about the Rams here? Obviously now it's Jim Haslett's team. They've had the bye to get ready. They haven't been good, been pretty bad across the board. What changes here? Well,
it's hard. You obviously can't change a lot of your personnel because these are the players that you have, and you really can't change them much during the personnel. There's an example. There's absolutely nothing good about what you're looking at right there. But Steven Jackson, I would look for him to get the ball a lot, whether they're going to hand it to him or they're going to throw it to him. I think they're going to feed Steven Jackson. He's their best offensive weapon.
What about Mark Bulger? Because Jim Haslett came in and reinstated Mark Bulger immediately as the starting quarterback. Can you expect to see anything different out of him?
Well, possibly with a week to be able to sit and sit out a game and Trent Green. Then he has the bye, so he's got a couple weeks here to get himself healthy. You can see very average stats there, but really he hasn't played as good as those stats. He's missed a lot of open throws. So I saw where he made a comment that he feels better, he feels refreshed about coming back in this game. I've got to see it to believe it. Just really has not been the same quarterback since about the middle of last year that he was before that. He looks like he's a guy who may have taken one or too many shots. He's just missing passes that he used to hit from an accuracy point of view.
And he's taking on a defense that just got through stopping Dallas, stopping Philadelphia, both on the road. Now Washington gets back home, and maybe they get Sean Springs back, who they didn't have last week. On the other side here for defensively for St. Louis, it's been horrible. We saw the numbers have been pretty pathetic so far this season. Now, Jim Haslett was the defensive coordinator. He's the head coach. Is there somebody on Washington that you're looking at and say, against that defense, he's going to have a big day?
Well, the wide receiver, Santana Moss, he did not catch a ball last week against Philadelphia. They took him out of the game, but they still won it, which shows you the versatility. But I think the passing offense starts with Santana Moss. You've got to stop him. So look for the Redskins to go to him. If that doesn't work, look for him to go next to Chris Cooley. They've got 2 outstanding players there, Cooley the tight end, Moss the receiver. One of them is going to have a big day Sunday.
And Cooley had that touchdown from Antoine Randall last week.
That's right.
That gimmick play. By the way, for the Redskins, let's just look ahead real quickly. Let's take a look at their next 6 weeks here, because this is what the Redskins are looking at. They've got St. Louis this week, then Cleveland at home, then at Detroit. Those 3 teams combined, just 1 win so far, then Pittsburgh on the night game, then a bye to get ready for Dallas. Charlie, when you look at this, how does this season set up for the Redskins?
Well, I think what we're not seeing here right now is the beginning part of their schedule. They opened up with a brutal schedule in their first 5 games, 3 division teams on the road. They come out 4-1. Now you look at this schedule right here, and this is where they can really get some momentum because they're playing well. They're better than the teams in front of them. They're home here for a number of games, and then they got the bye going into Dallas. A very favorable schedule. What we're talking about here is a chance to get the big lead up on the division, except now they got to face the Giants still. But, I mean, they have the Giants home. The point is, get a lead up here, not necessarily to be in first place on the division, but get yourself in a position where it's you and the Giants coming down to the end of the season.
Yeah, they get the Giants at home, as you mentioned. They'll get Dallas at home, which we saw, and they'll also get the Eagles at home because they got to play them again as well. But as for this game against the Rams, who everybody's expecting Washington to win, let's show you how big AccuScore is predicting them to win. 10,000 tests, 10,000 results, and 83% of the time the Redskins came out on top. Charlie, is it going to be a blowout?
I think it could very well be because not only do they have the Redskins really playing well, but you made a point here talking about defensively. They've played 5 real good offenses, and they've been able to really do a good job effectively containing all 5 of them against a St. Louis offense that really hasn't got anything going. Hey, they're going to stack the line of scrimmage, force Mark Bulger to beat them. It's not going to happen.
If St. Louis doesn't come out quick, they're not going to stand a chance in this game. The Redskins will bury them. It's a 1 o'clock start, and for more on this one or any other, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com. Watch everything else on the CBS Audience Network. For Charley Casserly, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.